Alright, so let's take a look at the functional notation practice problems, and this is problem number 1. We're going to use function notation with graphs. So the first question asks, is this a function, and how can you tell? So remember, when we have a graph, we use the vertical line test. So a vertical line is when you draw a line that goes straight up and down through any point of the graph. So if I draw a line anywhere on this graph, I'm going to go straight through it and only hit at one point. If it hits at one point, that means it's a function. So there's nowhere on this graph that I'm going to hit more than one point using my ruler to just kind of guide through the problem. So is this a function? Yes. And how can you tell? You can say it passes the vertical line test. Alright, so the first one asks for you to find f of 15. So remember, I don't multiply. This isn't an operation, this is just notation. It's saying, what is my output when my input is 15? So if you look at your graph, your inputs are on the bottom, the horizontal axis, the x-axis. When x is 15, what is my output on the graph? And the output matches up with 1. So f of 15 equals 1. What is f of 45? So if I go over to 45, I'm going to look and see where that intersects. When my input is 45, my output is 5. F of 90. When my input is 90, what is my output? In that case, my output is 4. How about f of 25? So 25, we're doing a little bit of estimating. It's about more than halfway between 15 and 30, so somewhere closer to 30. So I'm just seeing where it's intersecting. So I'm going to estimate and say it's about 1.75. Here you just have to make your best guess. You're going to estimate where you think it is. I know it's not going to be 2, and I know it's not going to be 1 because it's in between, so somewhere between 1 and 2 for those inputs. Alright, number 5, this time it's saying what is the output, or what is the input when your output is 2? So it's saying f of x equals 2. So where does f of x equal 2? So f of x equals 2, and this is where you look at the y-axis. When you're looking for the input, you're looking at what output. When you're looking at the output, you're looking at what inputs give you that output. So when f of x equals 2, I have 1 right there, and it's happening over here as well. Looking at my ruler, if I kind of look at it this way, there are 2 inputs that give me an output of 2. And the 2 inputs that give me an output of 2 are 30 and 105. So x equals 30 or x equals 105. For those inputs on my graph, they give me outputs of 2. So that's what that question's asking. What are the inputs that give me an output of 2? And then finally, find f of 5. If I look at f of 5, again, you're estimating. 5 is my input. So I know it's between 0 and 1, so I'm going to say it's about 0.25.